What's up, everybody? Jonathan here. Got the course preview for the Maxi Roper Disc Golf Complex East course. This is the other course that's going to be for the Star City Shootout coming up on May the 18th up in Lincoln, Nebraska. So this course is actually really nice. I like the mix of holes on it. So I'm going to take you through what those look like, which pads the Open versus Masters, Advanced, and the AM Masters and Women and Juniors are going to be playing on this course. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, hole number 1, 361 feet. It's a really great starting hole. You get to throw downhill and just kind of pump one out there and let it finish to the left. There is a creek that runs through the middle, which is OB. Tall grass right is going to be OB. There's a playground as well that you don't want to wind up in, or also hole 18's fairway. For the blue pads, that's 361 feet. For the red pad is 291. And this is going to be in the pin A position. So this is a good birdie to start with if you got it. It's one that definitely going to be gettable. Hole 2 plays 264 feet from the blue pad, 185 from the red. Par 3. You got the creek coming into play as well a little bit. Tall grass right and left is going to be OB. Really? It's a straight shot with a mid-range. It seems like you should have to curve something around to the right, but you don't. You throw a straight shot, you're going to be right there by the basket for you too. All right, hole number 3, playing to the B position from the either the blue or the red pad. It's 392 feet from the long, 347 for the short. So this is a pump. And you've got OB in or over the creek, and you've got tall grass right and left that's going to be OB to define this fairway. So it's going to be a tight one to hit. If you're going for the 2, make sure you have the control. It does open up a little bit towards the basket, but I'd almost recommend just throwing a mid-range that you have more control over and then playing for the 3. Hole number 4. 347 feet from the blue, going to the C pin, or 289 from the red. This is a pretty easy sidearm shot, but make sure you don't wind up in or over the creek on the right or in the tall grass left and long in the basket. But like I said, really, for a lefty or for a righty sidearm shot, it's not too difficult. Playing the anhyzer is a little scary because if it fades out on you, you've got the risk of going out of bounds. Hole number 5 is the first long one. Get a par 4 coming at 777 feet from the blue going to the C position, or 542 from the red tee. So there's a Mando right. You see it in that tree right there, that left one there. That's going to protect the highway. Not too difficult to make that Mando. You go out of the park, that's also out of bounds, which gets past that Mando tree there. And this kind of rides uphill the entire way, so it's a difficult one to reach. And, a 3 would be a really good score on this hole in my opinion. Hole number 6. The second par 4 in a row. 482 feet from the blue pad to the B pin, or 329 from the red. This is a really good hole. You have that Mando on the right, but you want to land in this fairway right about here. And then your second shot is going to be up into the basket here on the right-hand side. So a good true par 4. I don't know if eagles are possible on it. You can throw some sort of weird flip-up far forehand shot, but that would be really impressive, but a good par 4. All right, hole number 7, you get a little bit of relief sort of, from the distance of the last two par fours. It's 328 feet from the blue pad to the C position, 261 from the red. Just have to worry about the creek in or over onto the right, but there's some trees on the left you don't want to get caught up in, or on the right side for that matter too. But once you split the gap that just went through, the basket is just right there. So something low, straight, it's not going to deviate too much. At the end of its flight, it's going to be a good shot for the two. Hole number 8, 317 feet from the blue to the B position, 296 from the red pad. Once again, OB in over the creek or out of the park, which is going to be painted line on the left because there's property line over there. Really, you take your pick. You can throw a hyzer, you can throw straight at it, you can throw a sidearm. This one should be one you want to get a birdie on. Hole number 9. It's actually going to be playing to the practice basket from the blue pad or the reds. 450 from the blue. Considered a par 4 because of the tunnel you have to throw it through. And that cedar up on the right side is very grabby. So you got to watch out for that. You don't want to be underneath it. But that's the basket we're not playing to on the left. And the green is actually going to be on this little hill, which is going to make it a little bit difficult to stick it. Because you want to watch out for those rollaways if you want to get for the birdie 3 on this. Really, it should be a pretty easy birdie 3, but a good par 4 once again. Moving to the backside of the course. Hole number 10. Really throwing a high hyzer over those trees is the best option to give you a circle's edge putt. Unless you can throw something really low and hard at it. But you have to have the distance control because the creek is right behind. This one is going to be playing to the C position for the blue pad. It comes in at 324 feet. I tried a forehand roller when I played it, just for fun. Didn't work out so well. So that hyzer, I think, is definitely the play. Hole number 11. From the blue tee, it's 422 feet. And you need to split the gap in these trees if you want to get a 2 on this hole. So you're going over the creek. On the short pad there, it's 260, so it's a bit easier. And you have to navigate these wires, and then the basket is perched up on this neat little pyramid here. So this is one that would be an excellent 2 to get. I know the ones with the bigger arms could reach it. I certainly could not, but that's why I don't play pro. Hole number 12. You got a Mando left, a little bit down the fairway. There is going to be a drop zone if you miss that, and then the creek is behind, and you got 13's fairway to the left to worry about. So that's out of bounds. Besides that, it's just 293 feet from the blue, 247 for the red, and you want to throw a shot that's just the right height to be able to get in there past the Mandos and get to the basket for the 2. So it's a little bit of a tricky shot, even though it seems like it should be straightforward. Hole number 13. This is par 4 from the long, playing to the C position at 412 feet. From the red, it's 260, so it's a bit easier. But you have to contend, once again, with the creek. You're going to need to go over that. And you could try and get past it in one, but you have these 2 guardian trees blocking you. And if you don't hit it just right, you'll wind up in there. But once you get past the creek, the basket's set on this nice little slope here. There's going to be some OB marked around that, I believe. And initially, you have to watch out for 12s and 16 fairways to the right. All right, hole number 14. 275 feet from the blue, 175 from the red. You're going to be throwing over OB the whole time you get there. And the basket is perfectly perched in this newly formed stump from the giant tree that fell down, unfortunately. But a really pretty hole. It's going to be playing as an island hole. So don't miss it and go to the drop zone. Hole number 15. You got OB all along the left of the fence. And the cattails to the right are going to be marked as well. This is 387 feet from the blue and 272 from the red. So I did watch Ben Langley to this with a sidearm, so it can be done. I think he was about 5 feet away. But it is a good sidearm hole if you got that distance for the straight shot. All right, hole 16, 305 from the blue going to the B position. from the red is 229. And the basket, the whole hole generally is parked kind of along this ridge, which makes it difficult to land. So there's not going to be OB marked left, but you're going to be in some jail if you don't land short of that. So really, it's just one you want to get, but it's a little bit more difficult than you would think, especially if there's going to be a little bit of wind on the hole. Hole 17 is 363 feet from the blue to the C position. You have these trees to contend with right off the tee, or it's 341 from the red pads to the C position. The OB's in the creek to the left. There's going to be long grass marked as well. Really, this is just a straight up throw it hard, get it to the basket, get your two. If you hit crash into these trees that are right by the basket, you should be actually sitting pretty. And the finishing hole on this course is actually really nice. It's 374 feet from the blue to the C position, or 303 from the red to the C position. And this, in my opinion, is the most difficult par 3 in the course, not because of the distance, but because of the shot shape. So you really have to throw something that flexes, then comes back hard without skipping too aggressively to the left to be able to have a look at the basket. So a nice, well-shaped, difficult hole, a good 18, good finishing hole for the course. All right, so there it is. That's the second of the 2 courses of the Maxie Roper Disc Golf Complex. And this is once again for the Star City Shootout on May 18th. Big thank you to the Lincoln Flying Disc Club to have me up there. They showed me a great time as we played the East Course and got to walk the West. This tournament is only going to get bigger over time, so it's one that I hope can become a destination for disc golf here in the near future. So they're killing it out there. So get out there and play and have fun. Thumbs up. So.
I bumped my head. Cut that out.